Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial on how to take photos of fireworks on film. Taking pictures of fireworks on film is a lot of fun. It's very satisfying when you nail it, and it's actually quite easy to do. Here's what you're gonna need. The only things you need to be sure your camera has is an option for fully manual shooting, bulb mode, and a thread for a cable release. For example, here I have my Minolta XD11, which has all three. You'll need a cable release to trigger the camera shutter and hold it open at your discretion for each frame. You're going to be doing long exposures, so hand-holding the camera is not going to be feasible here. That means this won't work on cameras like point-and-shoots. For lenses, you can really get by with anything under 35mm depending on where you are in relation to your fireworks. I highly recommend, however, you use something wide, 28mm or wider. This will give you more flexibility in terms of where you can set up for the shoot. Here I have a 35mm lens, a 28mm lens, and a 24mm lens. And finally for film, ideally you should be using color film that is ISO 200 or lower. Here I have some Color Plus 200. E6 color positive film works well too. Ektar 100 is probably the best film for the job, but like I said, I've used Kodak Color Plus before and Cinestill 50D with success. The low ISO film is going to be necessary because you're going to be shooting directly into a light source. High ISO films will blow out the highlight areas of your photos, which is going to be the fireworks themselves, so leave the Cinestill 800T at home. There is an excellent article done by Ellis Venner for the Photo Blogger that goes over some of the more technical information as to why film is great for this type of work, as well as information about reciprocity failure and things like that. I'll leave a link in the description to that article below. Very much recommend you go checking it out after watching this video. So you have all your necessary equipment. Here's how this all works. Find a good spot to set up. Getting there early is going to make this much easier. You'll have a moment to set up and get a clear view of where the action is going to be. Local fireworks shows are often done at places like public parks, so if you really want to, you should have no issue going there beforehand and scouting a location. At the end of the day, your location and setup is going to really depend on the lens focal length you're using and how early you get there. Once you find your spot, it's time to get your camera set up. Load up your film, put the camera on the tripod, attach the cable release, and frame up your shot. Now to actually take the photos. Set the camera to its manual setting. Set the shutter speed to bulb mode, the aperture on the lens to f8, and the focus on the lens to infinity. You won't have to change any of these settings during shooting. f8 is the sharpest aperture that your lens has, and it has the correct amount of depth of field for the job. The fireworks should be far away enough that setting your lens focus to infinity will get everything in focus along with being set to f8. You can double check your focus once things get started if you think it's necessary, but most likely it will be fine. Essentially what's happening here is each individual firework is going to be like a flash that imprints itself as an image onto your film. Right as the firework is fired, you should hear this audio cue that the firework is being let off. Press and hold the cable release. This will open the camera shutter and stay open for as long as you are holding down the cable release, and when you let go, the shutter will close. You can keep the shutter open for as long as you see fit, but remember that each firework is going to be exposing itself on top of the last one. You can get sort of a double exposure effect with multiple fireworks going off at the same time. However, holding it open for too long will give you exposures like this one, with too many fireworks being exposed. Keep in mind that the fireworks are most likely going to go off in the exact same spot. If you notice that fireworks are going off in different areas across your frame, it might be a good idea to keep your shutter open for longer. With a little bit of luck, you may get really nice, pleasing firework scenes this way. Otherwise, it may be your best bet just to leave the shutter open for a single firework and then closing it after it goes off. I think it gives you a bit of a clean but simple look, and it's what I did here. Throughout the show, try holding the shutter open for different periods of time and experiment a little bit and see what you get. It's really as simple as that. You should be able to get through an entire roll in the course of one show. Process your film as you normally would and edit it to how you see fit. This really doesn't have to be an over-technical process, and as long as you're prepared, you should have some success. Again, definitely check out that Photo Blogger article that's in the description. It provides a bit more technical info and gives you some ideas for more advanced techniques. If you have done this before, leave a comment. Let me know how it went. I hope it went well. I think you can get some really cool results doing this. But that's it. It's really as simple as that. That's the whole video. That's the tutorial. Make sure you got everything, make sure you're prepared, make sure you get there early, set up, find a nice spot, hold that cable release open, and see what you get. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.